Preacher returned to screens for its second season back in June, and, since then, things have been pretty non-stop for Jesse Custer and his eccentric sidekicks. Cassidy and Tulip joined Jesse on the road as the threesome headed to New Orleans to search for God. So far, their excursion hasn't been very successful, but that's likely due to the fact that the small-town preacher has been hunted by a murderous cowboy, not to mention Hairstar, who has big plans for Jesse. Jesse had a breakthrough in the latest episode of the hit AMC drama, discovering that God might in fact be the creepy dog man he encountered earlier this season. It was another great episode of Preacher this week, so, before we look ahead, let's take a look back at 5 things you might have missed in Backdoors. 1. The significance of the titles of Preacher episodes usually take on more than one meaning, and the latest episode was no different. Backdoors was primarily a reference to the Hell storyline, which saw Eugene trying to escape from the hellish underworld. With the help of Adolf Hitler, Eugene used Hell's backdoor for his getaway. Additionally, the backdoor term is often used to describe the anus, which, in the latest episode, is where Hitler stored his cell key. 2. Jess's grandma is ripped straight from the comics. The episode opened with a disturbing scene where a young Jesse was submerged in swamp water in a wooden casket. Each time the casket was brought back to the surface, an intimidating woman would ask Jesse what his name is. When the boy answered with Custer, the woman had her henchman put Jesse back in the casket. When he came up a second time, Jesse told her that his name was Jesse Langell. It was then revealed that this woman was his grandmother. Jesse's childhood trauma has been suggested on the show before, but many viewers may not know that this storyline has been ripped straight from the comic books. Marie Langell is the matriarch of the Langell family. Her daughter Christina ran away from home and got romantically involved with preacher John Custer. It appears that after John's death, Jesse ends up living with his villainous granny. We're hoping for some more flashbacks to see this storyline come to life on screen. 3. The F-word. As Preacher airs on AMC, the series has to conform to the swearing regulations of basic cable. Traditionally, basic cable shows are allotted one use of strong swear words each season. AMC's Breaking Bad made use of this during the show's final season, whereas The Walking Dead opts to record 2 versions of the scene, one with the swearing left in for DVD Blu-ray release and the other with a less extreme word which is used for initial broadcast. The latest episode of Preacher saw Adolf Hitler lose his cool when his fellow Hell-dwellers wouldn't cooperate with him. His response as to why they should all listen to him is rather chilling. He screamed, "Because I'm Adolf fucking Hitler." It was a shocking moment, and swearing definitely helped viewers to see that Hitler is most certainly a force to be reckoned with. 4. Is Genesis wearing off? Hairstar told Jesse that Heaven kept backup copies of everyone's prayers and, unsurprisingly, the leader of the Grail had managed to obtain Jesse's tapes. After listening to his younger self praying for forgiveness, Jesse told Star using Genesis that he could stick his tapes where the sun don't shine. After leaving the office, Jesse asked the receptionist at the Grail to let him out. Shockingly, the man didn't comply. It took 3 tries and a deeper, more enraged, Genesis command to finally get the man to open the elevator. Does this mean that Genesis is wearing off? There are many explanations for why the word didn't work on the receptionist. For example, we've come to learn that the holy command can only work on people who have souls, hence why it never worked on the Saint of Killers, and Redditor Onslow. Skills suggested that perhaps Star removed the receptionist's soul so that the command wouldn't work. As this is Hairstar we're talking about, that's an entirely plausible option. Fellow Redditor the Kid suggested that perhaps Genesis is losing interest in Jesse. If so, this could have something to do with the fact that Jesse sold part of his soul. 5. The ending. After Jesse rejected Star's offer, the leader of the Grail rang up Hoover and told him there's been a change of plan regarding Jesse becoming the new Messiah. The final shot of the episode saw Hoover exiting the swamp truck in a hurry, the same truck that Jesse had the Saint imprisoned in. While at WASNT explained, it's likely that Star's plan consisted of having Hoover remove Jesse's soul from the Saint of Killers, which will make the raging cowboy immune to Jesse's Genesis commands once more. If you listen closely, the sound of the soul machine can be heard before Hoover exits, and then afterwards, we can hear heavy breathing that sounds exactly like the Saint. Jesse had better come up with a new plan, that's for sure. It's hard to believe, but there are only 2 more episodes of Preacher left this season before the AMC drama goes on another hiatus. While it has yet to be officially renewed for a 3rd season, we're sure that Jesse and his friends will be back to cause more havoc in the future. That is, if they survive the last few episodes of Season 2. Preacher airs Mondays on AMC. Did you notice anything that we missed in the latest episode of Preacher? Tell us in the comment section below.